Thabo, that's right. In fact, about 15 minutes ago, so Mpho Phalatse of the Democratic Alliance was named as the newly elected mayor of the city of Johannesburg. She received about 144 votes, and the ANC's Mpho Moerane receiving about less than 120 votes. Thabo, essentially, then taking power away really from the ANC and giving it to the Democratic Alliance. But what's clear here, Thabo, is that the economic freedom fighters and parties like Action SA have essentially voted with the DA, as you heard earlier on with Herman Mashaba when he was briefing us, saying that the idea really was to take power away from the African National Congress, and it seems as if they are winning at that. And I just saw, Thabo, before just coming to air, I saw the DA's federal chairperson, Helen Zille. She's seated, far from where we are. I don't know if you can see her. She's currently working on her laptop. I saw her clapping, in fact, when she was surrounded by the members of the Democratic Alliance, or the councillors of the Democratic Alliance. Obviously, then she is pleased, with the outcome of this council meeting. The DA gaining control of the city of Johannesburg, but it's going to be interesting, Thabo, as to some of the detail into how the EFF decided to vote with the Democratic Alliance and what conditions are there. At this point in time, really, we don't know the conditions. But I also think, though, I must just explain to you a little bit, Thabo, as to who Mpho Phalatse is, because some of us, some people may not know actually who Mpho Phalatse is. This is a medical doctor. In 2016, when the Democratic Alliance was in charge of the city of Johannesburg, she was the mayoral committee member for social services and health. Now she's coming back to the city as the first citizen, essentially, of the city of Johannesburg. She'll be in charge of leading the city with 5 million citizens, one of the richest cities in the African continent. And there's a lot then that she has to deliver to Thabo. We're talking here about the issue of housing. We know that Johannesburg is one of those cities where housing remains one of the major issues. But she also has to make sure that people have got electricity, Thabo. People have got running water, have got toilets. And I know for a fact, the economic freedom fighters is going to push her very hard in making sure that she delivers on the issue of housing and the issue of electricity. Thabo?
What do we know about her and her relationship with the EFF, but also with Action SA, particularly on this lead up to the elections, how they've been interacting and what her views are, particularly on how Herman Mashaba and the EFF previously ran the city?
When you're speaking to Dr. Phalatse, she's a very soft-spoken person, and she chooses her words very carefully also. But one thing for certain, Thabo, it's clear that this deal was struck on the last minute, as you've also heard from Herman Mashaba earlier on, saying that the idea here was to make sure that it takes away the power from the ANC and gives it to the DA. And I think it was the biggest surprise for many people in Johannesburg or in the country who have been watching, the city of Johannesburg, and to see which political party will actually, win this city. And a lot of people, I would say, we're surprised when Herman Mashaba, pulled out as the mayoral candidate of Action SA, because initially everyone was expecting that there would be, 3 people that would be vying for the position of the mayor in the city of Johannesburg. That would be Mpho Phalatse of the ANC and Mpho Phalatse of the Democratic Alliance, and then Action SA's Herman Mashaba. But when the nomination time came, we only saw the names of the two Mphos, Mpho Phalatse and Mpho Phalatse of the ANC, and Herman Mashaba earlier saying that there's no way he would have ruled the city of Johannesburg with only 16% of the vote, Thabo, but saying that the issue for him, what was important was making sure that the ANC does not regain power of the city of Johannesburg, and also many other metros in the country, saying that this is really part of what they are working towards in the 2024 elections. In fact, he described what we're currently seeing in the metros here in Johannesburg or here in Gauteng as the first jab in cleansing the country of this virus called the ANC.
Malugelo Booi, we appreciate you and thank you for standing there for us and bringing us that latest report. Newzroom Afrika's senior reporter there, Malugelo Booi, of course, has been watching that particular process from when it started, and he has, of course, been bringing brilliant